Hello and welcome to the RS Marine Group podcast. I'm Paddy and it's great to have you join us for what promises to be an insightful and engaging series. Today we're delighted to have Jon Partridge, co-CEO of the RS Marine Group with us. Jon will be sharing his expertise on RS electric boats, reflecting on the highlights of this year and giving us more of an insight into the government-backed £5.4 million ZENOW project we've all been hearing about. We'll also journey back to the beginning of RS electric boats, uncovering the story behind its inception and evolution. Jon, we're eager to hear about these exciting developments. Please take it away. Where did it begin?
Thanks, Paddy. We started our journey back in 2017.
And the idea came up with that we could do something in this environment. It was very much sparked by one of the electric outboard manufacturers coming to us and saying, that the current industry does not want change, and you could argue that in many cases that's still the case. What we need is lightweight, small boats so people can enjoy the electric experience on the water. Obviously at RS we're used to building relatively lightweight boats in a production style, and we considered it an interesting subject. We've always had sustainability in our core in RS, and we do our best wherever we can to improve that. So we embarked on a series of designs, research, developments with various products like the rim drive you can see here. The first boat there you can see was our first 5.5 metre rib, which eventually took us on our journey into what we call now the Pole 63, and where we are now with a RAD 40 drive in handle with a 63 kilowatt battery. The RAD drive is coming into production as we speak right now. We have had 3 or 4 in operation since probably the beginning of October onwards, and we've ironed out all the teething issues, have had relative success with that product now, and begin to deliver boats to customers next month. One sailing club in the UK, Little Old Wormit, based up in Dundee, is the first club I know in the UK to commit to an electric rib as they've gone on their sustainability journey, and most of our other clients right now are not in the UK. During the last 12 months, we've been heavily involved with a project with Innovate UK to how do we run real sea trials in a real world environment to give people the faith in the technology to embrace it as many marine-based organizations transition from combustion to zero emissions. So we put the ZENOW, as it ended up being called, wasn't the original title, project together, which was a £5.4 million project designed to deliver 20 electric boats in the semi-commercial and semi-commercial sector, and coach boats and sailing school boats and safety boats we really class those as semi-commercial because they're not purely recreational. To put 20 boats together, funded by Innovate UK, and deploy them to a bunch of partners across the UK. So we're working with Harbourmasters, we're working with the RYA, we're working with WP&SA, we're working with a brilliant organisation called Zero Marine, which are a commercial operator on the Thames that supply marine services to various massive construction projects going on around London where they need water support. We're working with the UK Environment Agency to help them transition parts of their fleet. We're working with a boat club, Urban Truant, on the Hamble to deliver electric boats to their boat club. And we're also working on a new ferry provider which will run a zero emissions ferry between Lymington and Yarmouth, which will go into service in April 2025. So for us, this is a massive step change. It goes from being a concept and a dream to a reality. We've got some other commercial partners involved, so RAD, who are the drive manufacturer, are involved. Aqua Supercharger are involved, who will provide CCS fast charging infrastructure, which they're already involved in many places, but expanding their network. We're working with Lloyd's Register to begin to build in what are the regulations that are required in the workboat environment. When you go into more of a commercial environment, you need to start thinking about the type of coding you need, and it's relatively complex. It goes from everything from a workboat code to a passenger boat code to a local authority-based code, depending on the waters you're operating in. So for an example, Falmouth have the ability to do their own regulation internally with an external surveyor because they're working in non-categorized waters. So we brought Lloyd's Register on board to try and come up with a bunch of ISO standards taken from the automotive industry to ensure the battery management system, the batteries, the drive, the construction of the hull all fit within some ISO standards which can be applied both globally and locally to say we've met these standards, therefore you can use these boats in these environments. Those standards are going to change, I think, over the coming years, but we're going to try and get a base point which is recognised internationally, which can make operators' lives relatively simple. And hey, there is a chance within this programme for any clubs that want to get involved to contact us. Part of our commitment to Innovate UK is we will run outreach. We need to come and tell the world this is going on. We're going to collect a huge amount of data through this process as well, which is going to be processed through Plymouth University, which we'll share publicly about how people are using boats and what works and what doesn't work and what environments work well, what are the duty cycles, etc., etc. And we'd love to be able to come to your club, share the data, the experiences, bring a boat, you guys experience. And I think the exciting part of being able to produce something that is scalable and other products we know that are coming to the market in the next 2 or 3 months is we're going to see the price point of your coach boat or your standard sailing club safety boat, training boat come down significantly. We're not going to get to the levels of combustion, but we're going to get a lot closer than we are at the moment. We're probably going to halve that difference between the two. And I think there's a real exciting opportunity now for clubs to really think, we can do this. We have the boats, we have technology which is now proven, and it's all developing at a rate of knots. Arguably, the industry is moving faster than the regulators right now. Certainly, the conversations we've had with the MCA is they're talking about things that may happen in 4 years' time, and we're doing it right now. So you've got to be faster than 4 years because we're ready to go. So I say we will get to share our details with you guys, but we welcome the opportunity to come to your clubs or your regions and do something regionally to share what we're all learning and support everybody in this transition towards net zero that we've all got to get to at some point in our lives. Thank you.
Great, thanks John. That was super interesting to hear about the developments at RS Electric and the progress of the ZENOW project. Looking ahead to the new year, we're excited to continue this journey with more episodes diving deeper into the ZENOW project, which will be featuring interviews with all the partners, shedding a light on their experience operating the electric boats and how they integrate the boats into their daily commercial operations. But that's not all. We'll also be bringing you the latest from RS Sailing and Cheetah Marine. There's a lot to look forward to. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Wishing you all a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year from the RS team. We can't wait to welcome you back in the new year for more marine adventures. Until then, stay safe and keep getting out on the water.